Zootopia 2 is releasing in just a couple of months. Yes, you heard that right. In a couple of months. But let me ask you something. Where's the hype? There's been no merchandise, barely any posters, and while we did get the official trailer a few months ago, and a few new images, the excitement for those lasted about a day, and then it was gone. Honestly, if I didn't remind myself, I would have completely forgotten this movie is even coming out this year. So let's talk about where is all the hype for Zootopia 2. When the first Zootopia came out, it was a completely different story. I remember walking into stores like Target or Walmart, and they had entire aisles full of Zootopia toys. And not just the basic stuff either. There were some really creative toys. Whenever I went to the store, I would get a toy. And what did I always pick? Zootopia toys. I basically had every single one of them. And I still have them to this day. This is some of the stuff I got. I had action figures and all kinds of things, and I still have them. But that honestly doesn't even do the Zootopia merchandise justice. I mean, what I have isn't even a fraction of what they made for this movie. This is just a couple of items. Honestly, this whole video could just be Zootopia merchandise popping up on screen, and the video will probably be 5 hours long. It's actually kind of sad though, because you can't find these Zootopia toys in store or really anywhere now. I mean, I can't even tell you the last time I saw something Zootopia in a store. I was really hoping that Zootopia 2 would have the same thing going on for merchandise as the first movie. Kind of relive those moments, and have that nostalgia factor. Aisles and aisles of toys. But it doesn't look like that's happening. And it's not like they can't do it again. I'm surprised Disney hasn't made any merchandise for this movie yet. And the reason I'm surprised that Disney is not making merchandise for this movie is because, well, Disney is Disney. They'll do anything to get money.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. They could do the same exact thing, the same action figures, the same toys, and be creative with them like they did for the first movie. But no, they have so much potential to do it again because they have these new, fun, creative characters. They could do it again and it would probably have the same impact as the first movie. And with somebody like Gary, he's basically the main character. You would think Disney would go all out for him and make a ton of merchandise. But I haven't seen one thing. I remember how exciting it was because no matter where you looked, Zootopia was everywhere. It kind of reminded me of Inside Out 2. Now Inside Out 2 hype was insane: billboards, ads, constant news, updates, merchandise everywhere. Zootopia wasn't quite on that level, but it was still huge. There was hype, there was marketing, and people were talking about it all the time. And when I went to the theater to watch it, the energy was there. You could feel the excitement. But now Zootopia 2 doesn't feel like that at all. Don't get me wrong, I'm still excited for the movie. I know a lot of other people are too, and I don't think it's going to fail. But I also don't think it's going to do nearly as well at the box office as it could if more people knew it was coming out. Right now there's just nothing. Barely any ads, barely any posters, and still so many people have no clue this movie is releasing in November. And this kind of thing has happened before. Take Pixar's Elio, for example. That movie had no marketing, no toys, barely any promotions. You'd be lucky if you saw it come up on TV for a second. The only time I saw Elio anywhere was when they had McDonald's toys for a little bit, and maybe a couple ads on TV. But that was it. Nobody really knew what the movie was about, or even that it was coming out. And because of that, it failed. Now I'm not going to say Zootopia is going to flop like Elio did. It probably won't. The original Zootopia is way too popular for people to ignore a sequel. But I am saying that it won't live up to its full potential if Disney doesn't step up the hype. Here's the thing, Disney makes a ton of money from merchandise. Sometimes even more than from the movie itself. So when there's no merchandise, sure, the movie can still do well, but it won't do as well as it could. Think about it. If someone sees Zootopia 2 toys in the store, they're going to want to know more about the movie. People are going to get curious. The more people see Zootopia branding around them, the more they realize, oh, this is coming out soon. We should go see it. It's free advertising just sitting on shelves. But right now, we're almost in October, and Zootopia 2 comes out at the end of November. That means we've got less than 2 months left, and still no merchandise. At this point, I don't think we're going to see much of anything before the release. And it's not just toys. Let's look at the promotional stuff. For Zootopia, we've gotten, 2 posters that look super similar, a teaser trailer, and the official trailer. That's it. Compare that to something like Inside Out 2, which had endless promotions, endless merchandise, clips, interviews, billboards. You couldn't escape it even if you wanted to. But for Zootopia 2, if you're not actively searching for updates, you probably don't even know it's releasing this year. And here's where it gets bigger than just Zootopia 2. This is starting to look like a Disney-wide problem. Think about it, so many of their recent movies have had this same lack of hype. Inside Out, Toy Story, Moana, those movies had build up months in advance. People were talking about them non-stop. Merchandise was everywhere, and it made those films feel like events. Now Disney has the chance to do that again with Zootopia 2, because the first movie was such a massive success, but by holding back on the marketing, they're missing out on making the sequel feel like a big deal. And when a movie doesn't feel like an event, people are less likely to rush out opening weekend. They'll just wait until it hits Disney+. And that's not good for box office numbers. And let's be real, Disney knows how important box office numbers are. Not just for bragging rights, but for proving that their movies are still good. If people only watch Zootopia 2 at home, months later, it won't have the same impact as the first movie did. So here's where I'm at. Zootopia 2 will probably still do well. The first movie is too loved for people not to at least be curious about the sequel. But without merchandise, without hype, and without real promotion, I don't think it'll come close to the box office numbers it could have pulled in. And if Disney wants these movies to succeed, whether it's Pixar originals like Elio, or sequels like Zootopia 2, they've got to start taking marketing and merchandise seriously again. They have the money, they have the fan base, they just need to use it. But that's just how I see it. What about you? Did you even realize Zootopia 2 was coming out this year? And do you think Disney's making a mistake by not hyping it up? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, take care.